jumping right into it, these are our two pieces for now. And we're going to talk about brand and what you pay for. Both of these, this is a Driva, this is a Richard over here. Both of these watches are incredible pieces, right? They, both in their own right, are just amazing. We have this unbelievable chronograph from the 40s with this radium that's patinaed and burned, just truly incredible dial right here. And I've talked to death about this step case chronograph. Also on the other end, we have a triple calendar with a moon phase. I'll bring you up. Very, very nice 18 karat rose gold. Something awesome about this watch, and both of these watches, they're vintage 39 millimeters, 38 millimeters respectively. So very big watches for their time, and quality wise, just top notch. So there's levels, right? So when I say don't pay for the hype in the brand, there's always something with that, right? So I'm going to have a few examples here. So we have an Movado that I consider in this category. We have a JLC that I can consider in this category. And then we have a Bulova, right? So all of these watches, brought in a few, have a brand name, and you're going to be paying a premium for that brand name. The Lecoultre, very famously, it supplied Patek with their movements and other huge horology brands, and they made great quality watches on their own right. The Movado, famously, they did that with Tiffany's. They supplied and gave a ton of movements and cases to the Tiffany brand. And then Bulova, just high quality in their vintage realm. They really knew what they were doing back then, especially this watch of Valjoux, top quality with that. So unlike these two pieces, these watches, they have a name behind them. They have a brand, and you're going to be paying for that, right? So I would say about, on all of them, approximately 70% of what you're paying for is the watch. And then about 30% or so, maybe, 20 in some cases, is going to be the brand. So you pay a premium for the brand. And that's okay with me, right? Because Movado, it's that brand name. It's famous for these triple calendar chronographs. I mean, Winston Churchill wore one. JLC is known for their dress watches, and such, and Bulova is just known for all types of stuff. And now, not to say at the same time that the Bulova is better than the Driva. I'm not, or just because it has a name. And this is where it's wrong. The Driva, even though the Bulova has a name and a 30% premium, I would say over its, let's say, raw materials, but it's not really their, you know what I mean, but like their quality of the case and everything. The Driva is still more money than the Bulova with that. And not saying the Bulova, don't get me wrong, is not a bad watch, just the Driva is so much better, right? And I would rather, personally, me, not pay for that brand name. But with the Bulova, it's not such a big deal. When we go into our next category, this is the polar opposite, right? This is a Tag Heuer. Now, I brought this in because this is 90% you're paying for the brand name. If you wanted a watch like this, between $20 and $50, and stainless steel blasted like this with a quartz movement, Swiss quartz movement, yeah, something like that, maybe $100. Nah, I wouldn't give it that much credit. I would say between 20 and $50, something in the vintage realm from the 80s, 90s. So is it okay to buy the brand name? Yes, if you like this type of, but you have to know what you're buying, right? And I don't think collectors should just buy. Rolex is another example, right? But I didn't want to put that in here. I wanted to put stuff like the Tag, where you're paying so much for the name. The Bulova, not so much. The JLC, not so much. These are all acceptable. The Tag is another animal entirely. I don't think it's worth it personally, in my opinion. But there are collectors out there. And this is not a dig on Tag, because that's how I started in the game. But at the same time, it's just showing you where your money goes and how far your money goes. Because the Tag is the cheapest watch here, but it's the worst value, in my opinion, right? So that's my video. Let me know what you think. What would you buy? Would you buy something with no name? Would you like to have a little security because people collect JLC, Movado, Bulova? Would you like that category? Or are you that like middle category between Tag and these companies like let's say a Rolex or an Omega, something like that is in the middle. So let me know down in the comments below. If you're looking for any vintage watches or any watches in general, definitely check out my links down below. I have an eBay and you can actually contact me directly. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day.